Today I want to talk to you about the ubiquitously known D&D, what I like about it, what I feel is lacking. It's going to be super quick, so let's go ahead and dive right into it. So, D&D is what created the role-playing genre. And this is back when it actually meant role-playing, as in you'd pretend to be someone else. So, because the game utilized character stats and random chance with the rolling of different sided dice, these mechanics would later be the qualifying characteristics of what is contemporarily referred to as an RPG. Now, D&D is awesome for its open-endedness. So, do you want to be boisterous and create a very obnoxious character that breaks you out of your comfort zone? Do you want to play something very number-heavy that grants satisfaction in getting stronger? Do you want to play a game system to just have a bit of fun with your buddies and kind of just like roleplay, do some fun stuff? D&D truly does offer a lot to allow any of these ways of playing. Many who play the game even go so far as to create different classes and races to really achieve an aesthetic experience that they're looking for. Now, you can play this game more by the dice. You can have each interaction with the game world being dictated by the roll of a dice, or you can decide to take a more improv type approach. So this could mean you finagling your way out of a bad situation by convincing a non-player character. It could mean looking around your environment to find clever solutions around combat. And I feel pretty comfortable in saying that at this point that the ubiquity of D&D is kind of tied up with all of this freedom of play, which is great. So you should definitely check it out if you haven't played it. I think you might be surprised how helpful it can be in building empathy and confidence outside of the game too, if you ever have issues with that. I have a lot of love for this game, and so with that being said, the following observation is just a critique, not to like crap on it, right? So in D&D, as a lot of people already know, the die are very important. So from haggling to leaping to sneaking to attacking, the rolls that you get play a very big role. So here's where things can feel a little off for me. So starting off in D&D, you may have a certain value that you can add to rolls that will make them higher. So an example would be you can do a +2 to stealth. If you do a roll of stealth, anything you get will add 2 to it. Well, if you're trying to role play as the world's stealthiest dude, even a high modifier of 4 to 5 won't really mean much when you have a 50% chance to roll a 10 or lower. Now, when you get into later levels, this can be somewhat balanced out and it'll make you feel like you're growing more. And so that sense of growth can be nice. But what I've noticed is that the D&D campaigns take so long that usually by the time you've ended one, you may have only leveled up a handful of times. To me, this highlights two main grievances I have with D&D. So the first is too much random chance. The second is slow progression. So though random chance is beautiful in making situations feel more tense as they can swing in any direction, so it makes it feel more alive, I suppose, it does make you feel like your strengths don't amount to much. And because of this, it then makes you want to get stronger. And then the slow leveling can feel even more excruciating. So you're dealing with this random chance. It adds flair, but then your character they don't really have a niche that's really carved out because the balancing makes them not as powerful. And so then when you try and level up, leveling up takes a really long time. So those things can kind of add friction with one another. So now, a lot of this is modular. The DMs can decide to change this up if they like. The main issue I have is that this game's balance can start to feel off, and that's from taking from the feeling of game weight or the legitimacy of the world through the building up of your character. I would love to see other tabletop RPGs that allow for a wide array of fantasy flavor while having some new design mechanics to address some of those issues that I mentioned, or even for D&D to implement another system. So one system would be for the traditional rolling system, while the other could have stats be stronger relationally to dice rolls. So what I mean by that is instead of having the rolls be so wide from like 1 to 20, each one of those might be a category. So that way, even if there's some RNG, it's not going to be as oppressive. So I could see there being some cool ways to deal with that. Curious to see not only what you guys think, but also if you know of any games that have that particular quality. I haven't had too much luck thus far. The main reason why is though some systems might address those issues, they tend to be more specific. So it's like, oh, this is a heist RPG. This is like a spaceship RPG. And so they kind of pigeonhole themselves. I'm curious if you guys know of any more broader systems that address some of these issues. But guys, hope you have a good one. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.